frame screw off. Now we've got our two screws. You can see one here and one on the other side right there. There will hold the front of the body onto the back of the body. So take our Allen key. Really helps if you have like a ball joint end Allen key. That way you can kind of put it at an angle and still turn it. So we got that coming off. Slide that screw out of there. Next, we're going to take the other side off. Pull that out of there if we can get a hold of it. Alright, so we got both our upper body screws out. So that one's out. That one's out. This bottom one is out right here. Now we should actually be able to just wiggle this and pull it apart. So now, let me back this up. Now you can see I've got the back half of my gun right here, okay? And then I've got the front half. Now, if you need to do like work on your poppet, you needed to get inside of there, this would be where you could access it without having to disassemble the back side of the gun. So we've got our spring for the poppet, and I'll pull the poppet out. Alright, so here's our poppet right there. That's going to sit on the spring like so. Like that. Pull our spring out. So inside here, when this is sitting, flip it around, in your gun, like so, it's sitting in there like that, right? The ram is coming forward and hitting that over and over and over again. That's what's opening up the valve and letting the air come out and push your ball out. So we can get into that, pull that out. You can see that that is looking up into the LPR up inside there. You can see you've got two air port passages right here, so the air can flow from your inline regulator right here out one of those holes back into the solenoid, and also up into your LPR and into the solenoid. So that's where your air is coming from and going. If we look at our frame here, the air is going to come wider into your ASA and then up through the grip right here. Now it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that this right here is a larger square section right here. The air flows up through this and up into the top of the gun here. Now another interesting thing that you can see is not only do you have your air passages which connect, you can see these two holes right there, these two, 1 and 2, that's where those bottom two holes right there, that's where they connect. This hole here and the one next to it there, they made up with these holes, and those are your air transfer holes right there and there. And then you've got your main body cavity where your poppet sits right inside there. But then right here, you've got just a hole right there, and that's actually part of your frame right here. So you've got a hole that just goes down into here, and all that's doing is just creating an area to hold air. This is just basically like a frame volumizer. It doesn't have a passage, it doesn't do anything, it's just a hole right there. So that's just storing extra air, and the more volume of air that you can store in the gun, the less pressure it takes to operate said application. So they're just trying to create more volume inside the gun by using a very interesting way of doing it, using the front of the grip frame here to just basically store air up inside there. Now, if we want to take the rest of the frame apart, we'll put that to the side right there. What we would do is we would get our Allen key, get this screw out, that's inside here. Pull it straight up, making sure that your wiring that's right in here, that you don't get anything pinched or anything caught. You want to make sure that it slides out nice and smooth, and that comes out from there. So now we've got our front half, our back half, and our frame. And so we've got that, which would attach here, and then this, which will go on the front here. Now we want to see some of the passages in here. You can see that right here, this is where the air comes up and out of the gun. It flows through this and up and out of here. Got our trigger. If you can see down inside here, I actually can bend it forward. The trigger is a spring return. You see the spring down in there? Right there. That's what causes your trigger to return right there. Then obviously this is that extra just hole right there to hold volume inside there. We've got adjustments on the trigger, switch on the back. Again, very easy setup. We've got our board, our body with our solenoid. It's going to direct airflow, and also you can see that there's a tube right here so that we can get airflow to the back to move the rammer forward. Eye wires. Again, a very simple setup for a gun. So that's the breakdown right there of the G6R. A lot of people interested in how the gun comes apart. Then obviously we would just reverse all our steps to put it back together, and we'd go from there. Again, this is the disassembly of the G6R. Check it out at ansgear.com.